You're doing more work than you need to. Most people think getting rich means earning more, grinding harder, or finding the perfect side hustle. That's not true. The wealthiest people I know don't work harder than you. They just don't waste money on things that quietly keep everyone else broke. Today, I'm giving you 10 minimalist money habits you must follow if you actually want to get rich quietly. Most people ignore these because they're boring, and that's exactly why they work. Let's go. The first habit is the 24-hour rule on everything over $50. Here's what most people do. They see something they want, they feel the dopamine hit, they buy it within 10 minutes. Here's what quietly rich people do. They wait 24 hours for anything over $50. Not a week, not a month, just one day. Why does this work? Because 90% of what you want to buy today, you won't care about tomorrow. That $60 impulse buy at Target? Gone in 24 hours. That $100 Amazon gadget? Forgotten in a week. But here's what most people don't calculate. That $60 invested monthly for 20 years at 8% returns grows to over $35,000. One habit, no pain, just a pause button. Let me give you a real example. Last week, I wanted a $75 kitchen gadget I saw on Instagram. I put it in my cart and walked away. 24 hours later, I couldn't even remember why I wanted it. Try this for 1 week. You'll be shocked how much you don't buy. Habit number 2, unfollow every lifestyle account that makes you want to spend money. I'm serious about this. Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, even Pinterest. If an account's main content is showing clothes, travel, cars, home decor, or day in my life videos that look expensive, unfollow it. Here's why this matters more than you think. You are being manipulated. Those creators aren't rich. Most of them are in debt or barely breaking even. They get paid when you feel like you're missing something. That feeling of lack, that's the product they're selling. Quietly rich people do the opposite. They curate their feed to be boring. Finance accounts, minimalist accounts, topics that don't trigger spending. Think about your social media consumption for a moment. How many times have you seen something, wanted it, bought it, and then forgotten about it within a week? That's not coincidence, that's design. You cannot out-earn your spending triggers if you're being fed new triggers every 30 seconds. Remove the trigger first. I did this 2 years ago. I unfollowed over 200 accounts. Within 30 days, my spending on non-essentials dropped by more than 40%. Try it for 30 days. Your wants will drop by half, guaranteed. Habit number 3 is the one in, one out rule for physical stuff. Here's how it works. Before you buy anything physical, clothes, shoes, kitchen gadgets, tools, electronics, books, decor, you must get rid of something you already own in the same category. Donate it, sell it, throw it away, but it must leave your home before the new item enters. This rule does 2 powerful things. First, it stops you from accumulating junk you don't need. Your home has finite space. Most people's homes are already full. Adding more just creates clutter and stress. Second, it forces you to ask a crucial question. Is this new thing actually better than what I already have? Most of the time, the answer is no. Most purchases are lateral moves at best, downgrades at worst. Let me tell you about a client I worked with. She had 47 pairs of shoes. 47. She wore maybe 8 of them regularly. The rest sat in boxes. She wanted to buy another pair. I asked her which pair she would donate. She couldn't pick one, so she didn't buy the new pair. That one moment saved her $120. But more importantly, it broke a pattern. Quietly rich people don't have full closets or garages. They have less stuff and more money. This one habit alone saves the average person $2,000 to $5,000 a year. That's not pocket change, that's retirement money. Habit number 4 is a hard one for a lot of people. Stop treating yourself for doing normal things. Finished a workday? That's not a treat, that's Tuesday. Paid your bills? That's adulthood, not a celebration. Survived the week? That's called being alive. I see this everywhere. People buying $6 lattes because they deserve it. People ordering delivery because they worked hard today. People buying candles, bath bombs, and random small luxuries because life is hard. Here's what quietly rich people understand. Treat culture is broke culture. Every time you buy something small to make yourself feel better, you're stealing from your future self. Let me do the math for you. That $6 daily latte is $180 a month, $2,160 a year. Invested over 20 years at 8% returns, nearly $100,000. For coffee, I'm not saying never enjoy anything. I'm saying stop using treat yourself as an excuse for daily spending that adds up to life-changing money. A real treat is special. A real treat happens once a week, not 3 times a day. If you want to treat someone, treat your retirement account. Future you will actually appreciate that. Habit number 5 is simple and absolute. The no new subscriptions rule ever. I don't care if it's only $3 a month. I don't care if it's free for 30 days. Don't do it. Here's why. The average person spends $350 a month on subscriptions they forgot about. Streaming services, apps, gym memberships, meal kits, beauty boxes, software, cloud storage, gaming, news sites. These small amounts fly under the radar because they're automatic, but add them up. $350 a month is $4,200 a year. Over 10 years, even without investing, that's $42,000. With investing, it's over $60,000. Quietly rich people have exactly 3 subscriptions maximum: housing, phone, and internet. Everything else is pay as you go. Want to watch a show? Buy 1 month, watch it, cancel it. Want to use an app? Pay for the annual plan up front so you feel the cost. Here's my rule. Before any subscription, ask yourself this question: would I pay 10 times this price to use it for 1 day? If the answer is no, you don't need it. Go into your bank account right now. Look at the last 30 days. Cancel 3 subscriptions today. Put that money into a Roth IRA instead. That's how you get quietly rich. Habit number 6 builds on the first habit, but goes further. 30 days for any purchase over $100. The 24-hour rule we talked about is for small stuff. This is for medium and large stuff. Here's exactly what you do. When you want to buy something that costs more than $100, you put it on a list. Write it down in a note on your phone. Then you set a calendar reminder for 30 days later. Then you walk away. Don't think about it, don't research it, don't watch reviews, just walk away. Here's what happens in those 30 days. Week 1, you want it badly. You think about it constantly. Week 2, you forget about it for a few days. Week 3, you realize you don't actually need it. Week 4, you delete it from your list and move on. I've done this hundreds of times. 90% of purchases over $100 die in that 30-day window. The ones that survive, those are actual needs, not wants. Let me give you an example. Last year, I wanted a $400 standing desk. I put it on my list. 30 days later, I realized my current desk was fine. I just wanted something new. That one decision saved me $400. This one habit alone saved me over $8,000 last year. Try it. Habit number 7 is one of the biggest money leaks nobody talks about. Stop shopping for hobbies before you start them. Here's what most people do. They get excited about a new hobby: running, cooking, painting, photography, yoga, hiking, guitar, knitting, woodworking. Then immediately they buy all the gear: $200 running shoes, $300 knife set, $150 paint set, $800 camera. Then what happens? Within 30 days, most people lose interest. The hobby dies, and the gear sits in a closet or garage, never to be used again. Quietly rich people do the opposite. They spend time in the hobby first. They prove they'll stick with it. Then they buy better stuff. Want to start running? Use your old sneakers for 2 weeks. If you're still running after 14 days, buy better shoes. Want to start cooking? Use what's in your kitchen. If you're cooking 5 nights a week for a month, then buy a better knife. Want to start painting? Get the $10 beginner set, not the $150 professional set. The difference between broke and rich isn't the hobby, it's buying stuff you don't use. I've seen thousands of dollars sitting in garages from dead hobbies. Don't be that person. Habit number 8 is behavioral finance at its best. 1 cash-only week every month. Here's exactly how to do it. Pick 1 week. The first week of the month works best. During that week, no cards, no tap to pay, no digital wallets, no online shopping. Cash only for everything. Groceries, coffee, lunch, entertainment, gas, whatever you need, you pay with physical cash. Withdraw your budget for that week on Sunday night. When the cash is done, you're done spending. No exceptions. Why does this work so well? Because cash hurts to spend. Cards don't. There's decades of research on this. When you pay with a card, the pain center in your brain doesn't activate. When you hand over physical cash, you feel the loss. Studies show people spend 15 to 20% less when using cash. That's real money. 1 week a month, 12 weeks a year. That's 3 full months of spending discipline without feeling deprived. Try it for 2 months. Watch your savings grow without changing anything else. Habit number 9 is about marketing manipulation. Ignore any language that says limited time, sale ends soon, only X left, flash sale, last chance, or don't miss out. This is the oldest trick in the book. It's called artificial scarcity. Create a fake deadline and people panic buy. Quietly rich people know the truth. If it's on sale today, it'll be on sale again, or something better will replace it. There is almost never a genuine one-time deal. Sales are designed to make you feel fear. Fear of missing out. Fear of paying more later, fear that everyone else will have it and you won't. But here's the truth you need to hear. You don't need it. And paying 30% off something you don't need is still 100% waste. Next time you see a countdown timer on a checkout page, close the tab, take a breath, wait 48 hours. I promise you the world will keep spinning. The deal will come back, or you'll realize you didn't want it at all. Your bank account will thank you. Habit number 10 is the most important habit on this list. Automate your wealth before you see your paycheck. Here's what most people do. They get paid, they pay bills, they spend, then they save whatever is left. That's backwards. Here's what quietly rich people do. They get paid, automatically they move 15 to 20% to investments. Then they pay bills, then they spend what's left. You cannot out-willpower your own brain. If money hits your checking account, your brain thinks it's available to spend. That's not a character flaw, that's human biology. The solution is to remove the choice entirely. Set up automatic transfers on payday. Start with just 5% if 20% feels hard. Increase by 1% every month until you hit 20%. Future you won't miss the money. Present you won't have to think about it. That's the secret to quiet wealth. Not grinding, not deprivation, not extreme frugality. Automation. Do this tonight. Open your bank app, set up the transfer. Future you will thank you. Here's why these 10 habits matter more than any investment tip or stock pick. The wealth gap isn't about how much you earn, it's about how much you keep. Most people retire broke not because they made bad investments, they retire broke because small leaks sank their ship for 40 years. A leak here, a subscription there, an impulse buy everywhere. These habits stop the leaks. You don't need to be perfect, you don't need to do all 10 at once. Just pick 2 habits today, master them for 30 days, then add 2 more. In 1 year, you won't recognize your bank account. I'm Olivia Finance. This is our first video. If you want to close your wealth gap before retirement, subscribe, because most money advice is designed to keep you average, and you're clearly not here for average. Which habit will you start today? Tell me in the comments. I'll see you in the next one. Okay, bye-bye. Go make money.